Good morning. My name's Paul Church from Clarity Craft here in the UK. Welcome to another episode of Groovi Tuesday. I hope everybody's well. I can see Ian is over on our YouTube page. Good morning, Ian. I shall just wait for a few more people to pull up a chair, find the room. I can see we've got some eyes in the room. I reckon Mo will be the next one in to say good morning. So yeah, what's the weather like? Should we have our usual roundup of weather report to get us going while everyone comes in? Good morning, Sue. The lovely Sue is in the room, here to help. So if you've got any questions, she'll help you out there. I'm sure some of our lovely design team will also be in the room. There we go. Jane, good morning. Ken, Jill, Josie. There we go. Everybody's coming in. Where's Mo this morning? Good morning, Lynn. Yeah, I'm just going to come down a little bit. I'm a little bit high up on here. Sound is all good. Thank you, Sue. There we go. So, yes, welcome to another episode. So we're on the final part of the Hippie Chick. We took a little detour. So this week is the final part of the Hippie Chicks. We've been working on those, looking at adding some colour, using the Dorso crayons. Last week we used the Perga colour pens, and we're going to be using the pencils today, and we'll bring this to a completion, and then next week for the final time we'll go back to Jane's floral sampler, and then we're going to go all grid work. We're going to be using Josie's brand new circular grids. So I know many of you took advantage of it on TV last week. So yeah, I look forward to sort of sharing that with you. And we can really sort of enjoy the process with a little bit more time here on Groovi Tuesday. So there we go. Everybody's coming in. Good morning. Good morning. We've got Clive, Susan. There's Mo, Karen, Jill. Overcast and breezy. Yeah, it's a little bit drizzly here. Oh, Ken's on grandpa duties. Oh, you're going to miss a sneaky peek of what's coming up on TV on Thursday. Oh, well, poor Ken. I'm sure he can go back and watch on catch up if he wants to see what's coming up. So, yeah, really looking forward to today. I look forward to every Groovi Tuesday. So, yeah. So let's have a bit of a recap on what we've been looking at. So this is the Groovi Chick A5 Groovi plate. And we've been working on a project where I took my inspiration from two lovely pieces of artwork. One from Glynis in relation to the layout and configuration. And then the second one from Carol Baker in relation to colouring. And it's amazing that when the products go out to a design team, the different looks that come back, the different pieces of artwork, how they've been interpreted. And so for the piece that I've been working on, and I'm sure many of you at home have as well, is this piece here. So we've combined the hippie chicks down here with the real sort of psychedelic looking flares. Then I went for one of the calligraphy chicks up here, and then I came back down to this one and then left the outfit empty, because that's what I love about the beauty of the Groovi system, is that you don't have to add in the details if you don't want to. So all of these 3 characters could have had clear outfits, and we could add detail to them as we wanted to. So when it comes to colour, if I go on to the back, what we did was we used the Dorso crayons to create that lovely sort of blended background, which is where the inspiration came from this piece from Carol. If I take a piece of white card and let's just pop it on there, and you can see now, there we go, you can really see those colours sort of come to life, can't you? And then for this one, we used our Perga colour pens to add colour to the outfit. And so I thought what we'd do today is we'd use the pencils on these two outfits. Okay, so that means that what we've done is we've covered the Dorso crayons, we've covered the Perga colour pens, and then we can use the pencils to finish off. Okay, so I hope that all makes sense. How's everybody doing? Everyone's sort of pulling up a chair and coming in. So I shall have a slurp of coffee. Ah, that's lovely. And you remember when I was choosing my colours of my pens to see which would work best, I scribbled out the colours onto a piece of parchment, wrote the number of the pen next to it so that I knew which ones I could go back to. Can I remember which ones I've used on here? No, but I'm guessing I'd probably use number 6 and number 27 or 28, I think. Maybe I didn't. Can't remember now. What were these colors? I reckon it was 28. No, it's not. It's more green. But it doesn't matter. We've finished that one off. Okay. So, are we good to go? I'm sure we are. So let's have a look at our pencils. So I've got mine in my tool organisers. So let's have a look at the colours that we can go for. I'm going to stick with my B pencils, and I reckon I'm going to go for the purple, and what else shall I go for? I'm going to go for a blue and maybe this purple as well. And decisions. But it doesn't matter because we're going to apply the colour onto a scrap of parchment to see which ones we want to go for. Do I want to go a bit? I think I want to go a bit of this blue as well. Okay, we're also going to need our blending pen with some blending nibs. Let's just pop that to one side. So we're going to need those. We're going to need a spot-on sponge. My spot-on sponge is gone. I've got my Dorso oil. I've got my nibs. Let me have a look over here. I'm sure I haven't unpacked from TV yet, so so it's unpacking and then repacking, ready to go back up to TV on Thursday. There we go. Always in the bottom box, aren't they? There we go. Spot-on sponges. Can't be without your spot-on sponges. There we go. Okay. Where's the little jar? I forgot to pick the chain. Excuse me. We was up at the TV and I left your box exactly how it was because it's the same product you've got on next month, and I forgot to look in the box for the jar. I'll try and remember when I go up on Thursday. Right, okay. So let's have a look. See, these little containers are great for, I've got my mapping pen nibs in there, and then I've got my little selection of nibs in here. So let's have a look at some colorways. So see, I think that's really nice. That will work well there. And then let's have a look at this color, because obviously we can blend the colors together to get a different color. What about the lovely blue? Yeah, the blue works nicely. And also the darker blue. Okay, I reckon, what do you reckon? I reckon those three colours will work well together. Okay, so it's that one, and that one. So we put the lighter blue to one side. Okay, and we'll do some colouring, I think. Are we all good? Are we all ready for this? I reckon. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the bottom and work my way up. Let me zoom in a little bit. bear with me. We've just readjusted the camera slightly. So, and I haven't got my piece of paper to tell me which way I need to go. Okay, let's come in. There we go. Nice and closely. Okay. And we're also going to add some colour to the flowers around the outside. And I think for those, we'll use the pens. Okay. So I'm going to use the side of the pencil, and I'm just going to very lightly put some colour down. Okay. I don't want to go on too heavy, because when we use the dorso oil, what we're going to do is it's going to help blend it all together. Then I'm going to go for the next colour. So we're going really sort of multicoloured on these trousers. There we go. Like so. Then we'll go for some blue. Try and stay within the lines. That often helps. Okay. So, and then we're going to go back to the purple. A little bit of colour there. A little bit more around the knees. Then we're going to go for the other colour. So at this point, it doesn't look very nice, does it? I mean, I suppose you've got that hazy effect, haven't you, of the colour. Now, for the top, do we want to go in the same direction, or let's go the opposite direction? So, a little bit of colour down the sides. And the next one. Very far out, this one. And then some blue just in the middle. Okay, so we turn around, and looks okay, but definitely needs to be smoothed out. So if I take my, I mean, that doesn't look very nice at all, does it? It looks very candy floss or tie-dye. Yes, Mo, it does, doesn't it? It looks very tie-dye. Very hippie chic. Okay, so let's go back to the back of our work. We're going to put some dorso oil on our spot-on sponge, like so. There we go. Oh, Sheila, it's pouring down. Whereabouts are you, Sheila? Where in the world? I know you're in the UK. Whereabouts in the UK are you, Sheila? I think we've forecast some rain for later today. Okay, I'm going to put my goggles on. Okay, definitely will help. Okay. Right, so we just want a little bit of oil. So I'm just taking the nib and I'm just blotting it off on the spot-on sponge. Okay, and I'm going to do exactly the same as before. I'm going to start at the bottom and then working in a circular motion. Well, not a circular, I'm just going from left to right. Okay, so a little bit too much oil on there at the moment, but we can go back in and we can add layers. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take one nib and then I'm just going to gently break down the pigment of the first colour, like so. Because at this point, what I don't want to, I want to sort of keep the colours separate. Definitely need to put some more colour back on this one. I think there was a little bit too much oil on the nib. Okay. You see the difference, how we can intensify the colour by going back on. So I'm going to let that rest for a moment. Then don't forget, we're just tickling parchment. We're not applying pressure with the nib. Okay, then I'm going to take another nib from my pot, like so. I'm going to take a little bit less oil. Now we're going to go into the next colour. Now, if you're not sure about how much oil you have on the nib, the idea is to sort of just gently touch the oil. Okay, but if you're not sure, then scribble it onto a spare piece of parchment and it will remove some of the oil. Okay, so now we're going to just gently, and I'm still keeping the colours separate at this point in time. So what I want to do first is just break down the pigment from the pencil. Is this the right way? Is it the wrong way? I don't know. It's what I do, and it works for me. Okay. I'm going to take a third nib. Yes, you definitely need lots of nibs. Well, you don't really, but it's easy if you want to keep your colours clean. Then, I mean, the other option is to have a couple of pens on the go. So we're just going to break down the blue, like so. There we go. So that's it. So that's all the pigment sort of already diluted, so to speak. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a clean nib again, I know. And what we're going to do is we're now going to dry blend over the top and start to bring those colours in. So it doesn't look as if it's doing anything, but it is. It's sort of smoothing out the joins. Okay, it's definitely doing it there. I don't know if can you see that okay? Yeah, can you see the difference between the two? I need to go back in on that purple because I haven't gone right up to the line. So let me just take that. Okay, go back to my dry nib again. So if I turn this over, let's see if we can sort of see the difference. So we can see here we're starting to blend this one together, and this one is still quite separate. Okay. I mean, the white behind it is quite, let's keep the white behind it and let's just have a look at what we're doing. Does that, yeah, that makes a difference, doesn't it? With the white underneath. So there we go. So we're just slowly bringing those colours into one, like so. So I'm applying a little bit more pressure. I'm not tickling the parchment on this occasion. I'm definitely letting the nib act as a blend. Like so. And if you find that maybe, okay, you're a little bit heavy on one of the colours, then you could take your eraser pencil, your pink eraser, and you could gently lift out some of the colour. But I think if we're going for the tie-dye effect that Mo's suggested, then I think to get this lovely sort of look, they're all going to be different, aren't they? You can see here it's a little bit patchy. So what I'm going to do is go back to the nib that I used that had some Dorso oil on it. And then just break that down a little bit more. You see how it's just taken that and over here. Obviously went a little bit too heavy, or there wasn't enough oil on the nib to break the pigment down. There we go. So what we're doing is we're getting a nice sort of blend of colours. Quite like this effect. Where's that blue one that's got some oil on it? So we can just smooth that one out a little bit more. There we go. So sometimes a little bit of patience and just going over it a couple of times. Really does make a difference. If I turn this over now to the front, we've now got a real sort of a little bit harsh on this line here, so we can soften this one up, but we've got a nice blend going throughout the rest of the trousers. What do you think? I reckon. But you know what? If we're not too keen on the colours that we've gone for, then we know that we can take an eraser pencil and we can just rub it all out and start again. So let's go back to my purple nib. Let's pick a little bit of oil up on the nib, and I'm going to just test it here first. Okay. And then I'm tickling and going in sort of like a circular motion. I don't get, this was the one where we'd put, I thought I'd taken too much colour off. So now I'm going to go back to my dry one. Just blend. So what we've done, we've reactivated the pencil with the Dorso oil, and we've now broken down that line. See? I like. Okay, let's go up to the top. So let's start to bring these colours together now. And if you turn your nib around, what you'll find is that the oil is obviously all the way around the nib. So you're just working your way around. Probably needs a tiny little bit more oil. I don't want to go on. So I'm going back to one of the other nibs I've used. But I'm going to have to pick up a tiny little bit. Tiny. Is it going to be too much? No, I reckon I've got it just right. I reckon. And then just blending them together like so. And what we're doing here with the pencil, you could also do with the Dorso crayons as well. But for me, I've got a little bit more control with the application of the pencil. What do you think? Shall I have a look from the front? There we go, I like that. Let's bring that up a little bit. What do you think? I think it goes lovely with the colours in the background. I think that's nice. What do you think? So I've been so engrossed with my colouring in. I haven't been looking at all the comments, but I'm sure you're there keeping one another company. So now he said, will Sue and Jane be wearing those? I'm sure we could knock something together, couldn't we? Okay, so let's have a look. Let's go back to our, got to do a hat. Okay, so in order to apply the colour, now I think I want to go, oh, do I want to go all three colours again? I reckon so. So we'll do the same, maybe just a solid colour on the top part of the hat. There we go. And a little bit of the, should have done this at the same time as the outfit. I forgot the hat. And then the blue. Okay. And then for the flowers, oh, let's go multicolored on the flowers. Like that. Put that in the middle. See, what is great is that you can mix and match the colours. If I wanted to, I could go in and add some pencil over the top of the pens as well, if you wanted to sort of add a little bit more detail. So let's put my goggles back into play and take my blending nib, and let's go. I mean, they've probably all got oil on them now, so then we're just going to gently blend. Let's pop that white underneath again so we can see. So we started off by using the Dorso crayons in the background. Then when it came to the outfits, we used our eraser pencil to remove the colour because we wanted to reintroduce it. Too much oil. Can you see how that's virtually gone one colour? Too much oil on there. But doesn't matter. There we go. And then I'm going to take this nib and then just see, that's great. The thing about the nibs is you can get into the fine, small areas. Okay. And turn it over. Okay. I like that. I think that's really sort of need a little bit more blending on here. Just to take that edge away. I like it. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the pencil, just put a little bit more depth just to the top. So let's have a look now, shall we? Yes, they're looking good, these hippie chickies. Yes. What do you think? I think the colours, isn't it? I mean, obviously, depending on the colours you use, I mean, we can go back on with colour over the top of the pens. We can add another layer to intensify it. And And the same with the pencils. I'd probably say leave that probably at least half an hour. And if you wanted to, you could go back in and deepen the colour. Okay, so then, we need to do the little belt. So let's have a look. Let's go for, I'm going to go for the blue. This part, I reckon we're going to go for blue shoes as well. Like so. Now, I haven't taken the colour out of the shoe, so that's going to sit on top of the Dorso crayons. There we go. Got dancing shoes on now. Okay. Right. Miss Hippie Chick in the middle. Let's see what we're going to go for on here. So let's go back to my pencils. I reckon we should go sort of yellows and oranges and greens. Okay. So let's see. Let's go. Ooh. Turn it over, make sure you're working on the back. Okay, I can remove that from there so I can put some colour down. Now let's have a look. So we can go with the pattern of the outfit. Let's try this, shall we? Like so. We're going to put yellow into the little swirly bits. I'm sure there's a technical term for that, but swirly bits works for me. Okay, so there we go. It's quite therapeutic, this, just following the pattern. Okay, so I've got some yellow there. Then let's do the same on the top. Put some yellow in there. And what do you reckon? Should we go green or should we go orange? There we go. Lillian agrees with me. Yellow and orange and a touch of green. Yes, I reckon so. So let's put some green in the belt. And then if I go, I'm going to put some green down one side and some orange down the other side. And then we'll do the same on this one. You could have hours of fun, couldn't you? So this is like dressing up. Let's just put some green down the middle. You're becoming like your own fashion designer. Okay, so let's have a look at it unblended from the front. That doesn't look too bad, but it's not over yet, is it? And let's put some green on the inside. Okay, and then for the hat, oh, I reckon let's go orange on this part and green on this part. Okay, and then the flower. Let's go yellow for the flower. Now the bag, I reckon, what do we reckon? Let's have a look. Let's go that down that side, that down that side, and then green in the middle. I don't know why I went all high pitch there. Okay, and I reckon she needs green shoes. I'd be a terrible fashion designer, I really would. Got some more of the trousers behind there. Okay, so let's go back to our blending pen. More nibs. Let me just tip some out, it'll be easier. Okay. Dorso, we don't need to put any more dorso oil on the sponge. There's plenty on there. Pick up some oil. I'm going to test it this time. So when I come over here, although I've only sort of tapped it in, can you see how much oil is on that nib? Okay. You can take a tissue or you can just blot it on your spot-on sponge just to reduce the moisture. And then let's have a look. So let's go. So we're tickling again. And I'm going to work my way up one side of the outfit first. Okay. And then it was on this side here, wasn't it? That was the yellow. I'm going to put the yellow in the flower. Where else? Got some yellow here. And did I put any? I think I did, didn't I? I put some yellow down there. So now that I've done all the yellow, like so, I'm going to move into the green. Work my way up the trouser leg, so to speak. Let's go over to this side. I reckon we need to put a little bit more colour on this one. Then into the orange, and now going all the way across just to blend in the colours. These are super hippie chicks, these are. So you can see how it's starting to just blend out very, very gently. Okay. Let's go up to the hat. Top of the hat, turn the nib round. Just like so. And then, there we go. Inside the outfit. So, I just realized they're upside down. These are not Australian hippie chicks. There we go. So we've got that. So let's bring the white in now. Wow, she really stands out in the middle, doesn't she? I think they all do. But obviously we're on white card, so we can see the vibrancy of the colour. And what we're going to do is we're going to put it onto a backing paper. But we still haven't finished yet. We've still got the faces to do. So see, the glasses I'm not sure about. I don't want them to be too weird looking, if that sort of makes sense. So I reckon if I go for a more neutral colour, let's see what the peachy colour looks like. Let's give them all the same colour shades, but all in the same shop. This could look really weird. There we go. They've all got tinted glasses on. Need a little bit of lipstick, but I think the lipstick I'm going to put on the front. Okay, so the next part we're going to do is we're going to add some colour to the flowers. But before we do that, I've just clocked the time. Goodness me, is it really that time already? See, I've been so engrossed. I haven't seen any of the chat. You get into it and you get immersed into what you're doing. Let me just pop these to one side. Okay, I'll pop those back in there. Keep using those. So these little containers are great for your brads and also your nibs. Okay, so let's pop this to one side. So should we have a sneaky peek at what's coming up on TV? We've got 2 TV shows this week. On Thursday, it's Get Groovy with Clarity, and I'm on at 1 o'clock and 5 o'clock. And then on Friday, Barb's on at 9 AM and 1 PM with the next instalment of the abstract layout. And if you tuned into SHAC yesterday, Barb gave you a sneak peek of what's coming up. And I think she said this was her most favourite. I know it's not very good English. She's been dying to play with this set. But what I'm doing on the Groovi show is we're revisiting some lovely designs, because often we'll bring out some designs for you and they go to TV once and then we move on and we bring something new. And we've got such a vast library of designs and they stay current all the time, but we often forget, oh, we've got them in our stash. So where Barb's taking the abstract dies with the lovely stamps, I'm going back to the very beginning of where it all started and looking at the easy layout plates from Linda Williams. And the whole idea started, or the whole concept started, with this piece of artwork that Linda created for issue 65 of the New Design Club, where she sectioned off and created little panels. And when Barb saw this, she sort of fell in love with the idea of little bite-sized pieces of artwork. So as a result of a conversation with Linda, this is where the easy layout designs were born. Okay, so I'm going to zoom out a little bit now. Hang on, I've forgotten where my bit of paper is. I'm going to go wrong. There we go. I knew I'd go wrong. Let's go that way. Okay, so for many of you that are in the craft club, so the Groovi one, maybe you've already got this issue. This was issue 65, and this chair I'm going to throw out the window. Right, okay, so on TV I've got 2 of the 4 collections on Thursday. So the first one is set 1, okay, and that contains Special Delivery, Cool Yule and Sparkle at Christmas. So as a result of that telephone conversation, what happened was Linda designed these lovely plates. Okay, now each of the plates have got different design elements to them. When you take out all the design, you end up with a lovely frame or an easy layout. So you can then use it as your framework to add your own artwork. Okay, so let's have a look at some artwork that's been done using this. So this piece here is from the lovely Glynis. I can tell it's Glynis. She's got that lovely, the Pico V's around the outside, the Pico, the heart tool in the middle, the almond tool. So you can use your multi-needle tools that Jane's been showcasing in the Pergamano show about to infill different areas. Okay, so then we've got this piece here created by Linda. Personalization, filling in the different areas. You've got the pen on there, really beautiful, layered up on our designer papers. Then this is lovely, special delivery just for you, all different occasions, and this one's from Carol Pankstello. Then this piece here is from Josie Davidson. Look at that, so elegant. So for men, for women, for everybody. Then the next one, this is the Cool Yule. So you've got the lovely snowman. Look at this one hiding down here. Family can melt your heart. Have a cool Yule. Take the design out and you've got this lovely framework, but turn it around. Look at it in different ways. It works every single way. It doesn't matter what way you turn it around. So yeah, so you've got this fantastic layout plate. Okay, so let's have a look at some artwork from this one. So this one is from lovely Sheila Gray. Then using, see, this one has actually been layered up separately, different color parchment. That was from Carol Baker. Then we've got a piece by Francis. So all of the plates you've got in your collection, you can use to infill, can't you? This one is another piece from Francis. Then the third one in this collection is Sparkle at Christmas. Take the design out and you've got these lovely frames. Okay. This one is from Francis. So she could be a fairy, she could be an angel. Don't have to put your sentiment in there. Then this one from Josie. Lovely grid work in the background there. Then this one is from Linda. And then the final piece is from Francis again. Now this background, excuse me, this background I think is from one of the It's a Wrap plates. That looks like the Pretty Pocket plate there. So that's the first collection I'll be sharing with you tomorrow. And then on Thursday, sorry. And then the second one is set 2, which is gardening, happy retirement, and time to relax. Okay. Lovely trellis work in there, topiary, wheelbarrow. You've got fence panels, Wellingtons, birdhouse. Take it out, and you've got lovely pieces of artwork. Frames. If you want to, you don't have to do all of it. See, that's the beauty of the Groovi system. This one's from Francis. All these lovely little sections that you can build up. Then this one is from Lynn Jackson. Look at that. All been done with a black micron pen and black and grey pencils. We covered that in one of the retreats one year. This one is from Jane. A little bit of grid work in there. So what you have to do is you have to look at the layouts and look at each section individually and fill them with different things. Then the second one is your happy retirement. Take out the design and you've got so many different options. See, if you wanted to, you could just continue that line down and just use that half. Don't put this bit in. And this one here is from Carol Baker. Then this one is from Jane. They're all so different. This one is from Francis. So Francis has taken some other plates and infilled. Look at that. The design team just blow me away every single time. Then the final one in the collection is Time to Relax. takes the design elements out. And this is where you'll recognize a number of the abstract dies that Barb's been sharing with us over the past year. Then we've got this piece here from the lovely Sheila. And then this one from Jane. And then finally, this one from Glynis. I think that the whole concept is so clever because sometimes we can look at a design and think, oh, it's too big. But we can take it and we can break it down into smaller areas and create an overall larger piece of artwork. So I'm really looking forward to sort of getting these back out the cupboard again and sharing them with you on TV on Thursday. Okay, so had a little bit of an interlude. So let's go back and finish off our colouring. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to take our flowers, and for this I'm going to use the pens. Okay, and I reckon I'm just going to go for a couple of random, not random, I will test them before I apply. Okay, can't remember which ones I use now, so let's have a look. I reckon that was 28. Yeah, that was a good one to go for. What's number 1? Let's go for number 2. It seemed to work last time. Number 2. And then what number is this? This is number 9. And then I think we definitely need a pink. So I reckon number 5. Is number 5? Let's have a look. Yeah. Okay. All right. So you can overthink this, which I know I'm going to do. Okay, so I'm going to take all my lids off. And then all we're going to do is just randomly add some colour to our flowers, and this is going straight on top of the Dorso crayon background, so we'll get a different look when we turn it over. It is so hard not to try and go sort of regimental. I'm trying to think outside the box and not overthink it, but my head is saying, no, you've got to do it this way, you've got to do it that way. But you haven't. We're just adding some random colour to, oh look, see now I've got to go in with let's go in with this one. Okay, and we're not going to turn it over until we're finished. So now going to come along. See, my head is saying you've got to count the spaces in between, but you haven't. You really. This is. Do you know what this is doing to my head? This is mad. It really is. I don't know why. I've got no idea. Okay, let's put the pink away. Let's go back with this colour. Is anybody else like this? Do they think I've got to go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4? Or is it just me? I reckon it's just me. Come and tell me it's not just me. Please tell me it's not just me. Okay. See, I'm really struggling. Isn't that funny? How you can overthink something that needs to be so random. Because that, for me, I know it's strange. Come on, who else is the same? Jill's the same. Oh, thank you, Jill. You've made my day. It's not just me then. I've got to put a colour in there, so I reckon it's got to be, let's go blue. And I've missed one there, so let's have a look. Let's put that colour in there. Right, on the final stretch now. Final stretch of colour. And I may turn this over and think, you know what, I should have gone more regimental, but right, that's the purple done. So let's go pink, pink. My brain has just literally gone into overdrive. Really, really weird. So weird. I don't know why. Okay, and then let's see what I've got left. So I've got the yellow left. And everything's going to be yellow. Okay. Right, I think I've got all the flowers. JC's not good at random either, I know. So let's put the lids back on my pen. Okay. So now we're going to turn it over. We're going to put it on the white. We'll say it's going to be sort of really sort of harsh. But you know what? I think that sort of works. Okay. So to finish off, what we're going to do now is we're going to put it onto a piece of designer paper or companion paper. And so I was looking at the lovely Antarctica companion papers that has only been available for the first time since the current reprint. Okay, so if we have a look in here, we've got some beautiful color options that I think are going to work really well with the color palette I've chosen. So these are single-sided. You've got 24 different colors and you get 2 sheets of each. And I know many of you took advantage of that fantastic special offer when we relaunched them. Okay, so let's have a look. So if I take out, see, that's quite nice. That brings out the purple, different shade. Another different shade, lighter, too dark, too light. That's nice. I like the pink. Okay, that's possible. A little bit too light. Oh, too yellow. Too yellow. That's nice. I like that one. What's the name of that one? No, look, it's a slightly different shade. I reckon this one. Oh, hang on a minute. What about this one? Pink. I reckon pink. Oh, what about this one? No. Right. Okay, I'm going to stop now. I'm going to go pink on this one. Okay. So let's pop that to one side. It's in their loose leaf as well, so it's a lot easier to find your background as well. And I don't know if you saw the the sort of display behind me, where we've got the designer papers with their corresponding companion papers. So you've got Amazonia, Antarctica, Waimea Falls, and Toscana. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to trim it down. So we have options, okay, but you know, who can guess what my option's going to be? What's my new best friend? My new best friend is the lovely craft knife. And I've got my blue cutting mat. Okay, so you can use a paper trimmer. If you want to, you could perforate and pico cut around the outside. But for speed, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Pergamano ruler. I'm going to use the grid work to line up my positioning. It's got my Groovi grip on it. Okay, so that is going to go there. And then we're just going to trim round the edge. So I've got a nice border, like so. Use the lines on the ruler to make sure it's nice and straight. And there's no rules to say you have to cut with the first pass of the blade. Okay, so I'm using the same way to line it up, like so. And then we go, final piece, like so. There we go. And then if I take my, look at that. That looks lush. It really does. What do you reckon? Okay, right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my black mat. I've got the wrong black mat, but I tell you what, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn over to the soft side. I'm going to take some bread. I know we're going to run over slightly, but I really want to finish this one off. So let's go for some white brads. We're going to go for our 1 needle bold. I'm getting everything out of the bag today. 1 needle bold. Okay, so what you can do is you can use the grids to help line up as well. So I reckon, let's go there. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to go right in the middle of that flower. 1 brad in the middle there. Make sure we're happy. Come over. Super foam's better for this. It's got a little bit more depth to it. Okay, that's going to come down there, like so. So we're doing all 4 at the same time. Got 1 extra brad that will go back in its box, like so. Then gently lift out of, lift out of your mat. Okay, push those in, and then we're gonna, everything's going, flip it over, open up the back of the brads, like so. Okay, come on. Okay. And then what we're going to do, I'm just turning the legs at a right angle, just like so. And I'm going to take something with a flat bottom and then just press to flatten them down, like so. So that's attached nice and securely. And then what I'm going to do, just for speed, Did I bring it in here? No. Hang on. Bear with. It's like the end of a TV show. You've got to go quick, quick, quick. Hang on. There it is. Just for speed, I'm going to take my paper trimmer and pop that onto there. Let's have a look. It's about that much. I'll do all the way around, swing it around, about there. Trim down nicely. Take a card blank. Is it going to be too big? That goes on there using your tape runner, and then all it needs is a lovely sentiment. And for that, I reckon what we could do, we could take one of the pinky grey stickers and finish that off with one of those, because there's definitely going to be something in there. And look, I've even got some paper left that I can mount that onto. Whew. That hour sure did fly by. So thank you as always for your company. Thank you for Sue, the lovely design team. So I hope you can join me on TV on Thursday at 1 and 5. Then Barb's on at 9 and 1 on Friday. Then we've got the Clarity Matters blog Saturday and Sunday from the lovely Gracie. And then Barb will be back in the SHAC review on Monday, and it is K for kimono. So I couldn't resist that. So take care, enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you all again soon. Thanks, everybody. Now, where's the mouse gone? Oh, there it is.